And now it's time for Silly Songs with Brager, the part of the show where Brager comes out and sings a silly song. Oh, this is the final installment in a trilogy on Phil Collins. We're so tired of Phil Collins. You know. Oh, maybe you don't know. For you older people, and you people around my age, he's the Brother Bear guy. The guy that did the Brother Bear soundtrack. And also, to a lesser extent, Tarzan. Yep, biggest sellout on the planet. Rock star, pop star, singer. Sounds kind of like Peter Gabriel. I have a very conflicted relationship with Phil Collins' music because I think that he's really good and that he's really bad. I tend to hold these kind of conflicting viewpoints. Let me turn this down a little. So, I only own 3 Phil Collins albums. And the first 2 that I purchased, I was in Minneapolis, kind of a crappy part of town, at a record store chain called Electric Fetus, and they were having like a sidewalk sale. They basically just had some racks out back where they were trying to get rid of some of their records, some of their stock. And I bought several records that day. I can think of a few, and I'll probably make videos about some of those records later, and I'll probably bring this up again the same trip. I was probably like 25 or so at the time, and so it was years ago. So 2 of the records that I bought were Hello, I Must Be Going by Phil Collins, and also this one here. No Jacket Required. No Jacket Required. This, you can see how worn this is. Says 49 cents. Again, this could be an old sticker. I mean, I bought it used, it's old. It's in decent playing shape. I don't know that I actually bought it for 49 cents. Could have been 49 cents. Somewhere between 49 cents and $3, I always say. But like a lot of used records at that time were like $3. Those were the days. Yeah, because it's old and crappy. Crappy in more than one way. Actually, it sounds... Quality of this vinyl is fine. It's not damaged, not scratched, whatever. Look at the egomaniac putting his own face on the cover again. Like exactly the same thing as Face Value almost. Which that's probably intentional. I call people egomaniacs and stuff for having their face on the cover of the album. It's their album. Of course they're going to have their picture on it. It's them. So of the first 3 Phil Collins solo albums, I like this one the best. Face Value came out in 81. No Jacket, Hello, I Must Be Going came out in 82, and this one came out in 85. Yeah, a full 3 years later. But it's actually kind of impressive considering that there were Genesis albums between that. It was like this. Let's see if I can remember. 1980. Duke. 81 Face Value. Hello, I Must Be Going. Let's see. Then the next year, Genesis, the album Genesis. 80. Oh wait, I forgot one in there. Abacab came out the same year. Gosh, I screwed up the timeline. I'm sorry. Abacab was also 81, I think. And then there was Genesis album, and then there was whatever. This was 85. 84, I don't know that there was any Phil Collins recording activity. Maybe, I don't know. Nothing comes to mind. Now I said is he like all sweaty on the cover of this, or is my cover just damaged? No, I think he's actually like all sweaty on the cover of this. This one has a lot of hits. You know, I complained, as though hits are what matters. I complained that there was like one hit song and it was a cover on his previous album. No, Hello, I Must Be Going. No Jacket Required. The story here is that, according to legend, he went to a restaurant with Robert Plant. Two assholes. I bet they didn't tip. And they said, oh, you can't come in here without a jacket, to Phil Collins, because he's such a regular, ordinary guy that he was just dressed like a normal chap. They made him wear a jacket because it was a nice place. The kind of place that Phil Collins and Robert Plant could definitely afford. Like, glancing at this and noticing, it says Debbie. People used to write their names on their records a lot, probably so that they bring it to a friend's house and they didn't, like, get it stolen or lost or whatever. It could easily be traced back to them. So Debbie, if you need your No Jacket Required back, that's too bad. Because you're not getting it. I'm keeping this one. It's good value. I keep losing my train of thought. So Can't Hurry Love was the only popular song on Hello, I Must Be Going. But on No Jacket Required, it's got all these hits that I already knew. Sussudio, One More Night, Don't Lose My Number, Who Said I Would, Take Me Home. I mentioned this before. My mom had Serious Hits Live. Oh, excuse me. All these songs were on it, so I was familiar with those. They were all big deals. Produced by Phil Collins and Hugh Padgham, who also produced the Genesis albums around that time. Did a lot of the Genesis. Just always working with him. And I think he was partially, if not totally, responsible for that gated snare sound that Phil Collins is famous for. Most famously heard in the Air Tonight. It became kind of his signature sound, which I kind of respect. I actually really like that sound. A fun story related to, you're on the Nectarmancer page. The pre-Nectarmancer band Darkwater Arrival, that was me and Matthew and Jared. One time, my friend had an SM57, the microphone, and in case you don't know what that is. And one time, one of the places we used to practice, I guess we were just screwing around, and I put the mic underneath my snare drum, my piccolo snare, and the mic was running to the PA, and it was the weirdest thing. It something about, I guess, the delay between the hit of the drum itself and that sound traveling to that mic that wasn't even very far away. I mean, it was probably a few inches from the snare. Totally unnecessary. Snare's the last thing that needs to be mic'd in that room. Debatably. Probably. Most annoying thing. But I was saying, that distance between that mic and that snare drum, it caused this this delay effect. It's that hit wasn't heard immediately. I'm describing it badly. Anyway, I guess for some reason there was a hard cutoff. Super quick decay also for some reason from that effect. I don't know about microphones. I'm not clever that way. But Yeah. Ultimately, what I'm trying to get at here is the sound that I used sometimes and that we all got a kick out of was I would plug it in because we called it the fill. When I would plug in that unmute that SM57, it had a gated snare type effect. Who knew? We didn't know, but it did. Upside down. That's better. The way he should be, right? Oh, Sussudio. It's a good one. Sounds really typically 80s coked out, like punch someone in the face kind of music. It sounds like angry and violent, kind of. It's like I think it's supposed to be maybe a girl's name. I don't know, or maybe not. It was a made up word. Sussudio. It just sounded good in the song, so he said Sussudio. Well, I'm saying sounded good. You be the judge. Did it sound good? Okay. One last thing I did want to talk about specifically on this album. No jacket required. You don't have to wear a jacket to listen to this stupid album. Take Me Home. Possibly my favorite Phil Collins solo song. You know, after track 5 on Brother Bear, of course. Take Me Home. It's got backing vocals by some stars. Sting, unfortunately. Peter Gabriel also sings backup on it. It's about like somebody in a mental institution. It's based on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest or something, or partially inspired by that. Okay, so I told you 2 of the singers on Take Me Home. It's got these famous people singing backup on it. That's not why it's a great song. I just like the song. I think it's a TR-909. Let's see. I don't know if it's called TR, but it is a Roland 909 here this year in the credits. Oh, I think we're hearing it now. I don't know if you can hear that. But we'll put it, even if it drowns me out. It's okay if it drowns me out. It's better than me. Better than me. So it was, also Helen Terry is the singer I forgot. Also sings backup. And Phil himself, of course, singing background. I wonder if we should hear this one a little bit slower, huh? I'll put this in there. Oh, buttons on a jacket, huh? Cute! There's the bastard himself. Must be hard having so much money. All that success and fame. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Yeah, sounds kind of scary. I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear that? Write in the comments if you can't hear that. And say something nice about it. Or not. Like the song. Going back to Darkwater Arrival, our old band. I have a distinct memory. They probably don't. I bet Jared and Matt probably don't remember this. We used to stream our practices sometimes. And I don't remember the name of the app. I don't remember which app it was, but there was just a live streaming app, some generic app that probably not too many people used. Nobody ever watched us on it. But we would use this app to live stream as our practices. We did it a number of times, I guess. One time I programmed a similar beat into my TR-626 and did a half performance of this song. And now that I'm telling the story and still going to publish it, I don't know what the point was. I guess the point is that I like this song. Phil Collins. This is going to be the last time we talk about him for a while. So I'm looking at this is facing me. I keep catching it. I don't want to look at him. I'd rather look at this bland orangish thing. You know, I said in my previous video that he is an overrated drummer, which I do kind of think is true, but I also like his drumming. Because I also previously said that he is a distinct drummer. He has a distinct style, and he does, and that's important. Oh, Phil. I'm gonna sit here and rub my eye and not really talk about anything very much in general. I'm wondering, do I have a lot more 80s music to review? Am I gonna have more videos in the future of 80s music? Well, yeah, not a lot. Not a lot, though. There is gonna be some. There's gonna be a De La Soul appearance. That's what comes to mind. Not an LP, though. Hopefully not too much other 80s stuff. When I was a kid, I had beef for some reason with 80s music. Well, I thought it was cheesy. I was like, when I got older, well, I don't think that anymore. I mean, I kind of think it's cheesy, but I like a lot of 80s music. Even that stereotypical synthesizer 80s stuff, I like a lot of it. I like synthesizers.